Hello and welcome to Information Infinity. Can yawning cause death? Can yawning be a symptom of disease? Get to know the answer at the end of the video. Come on, let's get into the video. Now we are going to see some interesting facts about yawning. Why do we yawn and what could it mean? There are many mysteries in medicine, but one human and animal behavior that has been observed for years but is poorly understood is yawning. It is easy to define since it is so common. It is a form of reflex that involves a deep inspiration, opening the jaw wide, and a rapid exhalation of the inspired air. There is generally a feeling of relaxation immediately after the yawn. People yawn when they're tired, but also when they wake from a night's sleep. We yawn when we're bored, but also when we're anxious, or hungry, or about to start a new activity. Yawning is contagious. We often start yawning the minute someone near us starts. On average, a typical yawn lasts for about 6 seconds. During those 6 seconds of yawning, your heart rate significantly increases. Another indisputable cause of yawning is called social empathy. What this means in plain English is suggestion. If you see someone yawn, or if you read about yawning like right now watching this video, some people will yawn. Psychologists have proven that the more empathetic you are, the more likely you are to yawn when someone else does. There has been fascinating research about the hierarchy of this suggestion. If you are very close to a person emotionally, you will yawn if they do. The rank order of this suggestion is family, friend, stranger. The closer one is to the person who yawns, the more likely one is to yawn as well. Yawns truly are contagious. Experts believe we may have evolved to catch other people's yawns as a way of displaying empathy for one another and deepening those social bonds. So it makes sense that further research discovered that yawns are more contagious the closer you are to someone. In a 2011 study, researchers found that yawns were most contagious between family members, followed by between friends, and least contagious between strangers. When yawns did spread between strangers, it took longer for that second yawn to start than when yawns spread between family and friends. When you yawn, your whole body yawns. When you yawn, you don't just open your mouth and exhale air. Your entire body has a response to your brain trying to cool itself off. When you begin yawning, the muscles around your skull contract and stretch, and you take in ambient air. And then your body begins secondary behaviors such as throwing your head back and stretching out your arms, which also act as ways to cool off your body. As we age, our tendency to yawn reduces, and this is true not just for spontaneous variant, but also for the contagious spectrum. There is always a significant spike in the heart rate during a yawn. Why? No one knows. Scientists don't have an explanation. Don't worry if you cry when you yawn. If you're one of those people whose eyes well up when they yawn, stop your crying. There's a scientific reason for the tears. When you yawn, you stretch your jaw, which puts pressure on a gland near your eyes called the lacrimal gland that has ducts located in the space between the eyeball and the eyelids. When you yawn, you use muscles related to the lacrimal gland and squeeze it. This causes the secretion of a small amount of tears. You big baby. Compared to people with the ability to see, blind people will yawn more when they hear yawning either directly or in an audio tape. Animals can catch a yawn. Proving that we're more closely related to animals than we think, most animals can succumb to contagious yawns just like we do. In a series of experiments carried out on dogs, their owners, and strangers, scientists tested whether or not dogs could catch a yawn from someone. Insects don't yawn. There's a relatively simple reason for insects being the only members of the animal kingdom that don't yawn. Researchers have determined that because insects don't have a central oxygen collection device, for example lungs, they don't need to yawn. Instead, they absorb oxygen through their skin. Can you die from yawning? In 2007, a 34-year-old man yawned so hard while making a cup of tea that he dislodged his jaw and dislocated it. He collapsed after a few minutes of not being able to breathe or swallow and had to be rushed to a hospital where medics resuscitated him using a suction device. According to doctors, cases of lockjaw from yawning are extremely rare, but still, try to keep your yawning to a minimum. Can yawning be a symptom of disease? The short answer is that yawning is normal. It is common and usually is harmless. However, if there is an increase in yawning that cannot be explained by lack of sleep or some of the other causes mentioned above, then yawning can be a symptom of some disease. The most common medical problems that are associated with increased yawning are sleep deprivation, insomnia, sleep apnea, narcolepsy, and many medicines that cause sleepiness. Some other medical diseases cause yawning, including bleeding around the heart, brain tumor, multiple sclerosis, stroke, and even heart attack. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our further videos.